what are some of the earliest memories you have of Woodloch growing up here?
Right. Okay, well, I grew up, I was 2 years old when we moved here. I was the youngest sibling. My parents moved up from Long Island. Woodloch was beautiful. The lake was beautiful. We pretty quickly decided we liked it here. My earliest memories were like playing with my toys. There was this screened-in porch right at the front overlooking the lake. You know, it was still just cool to look at it and dream about what you could do. My parents, since they came from Long Island, invited their friends here to kind of get them interested in having vacations here. And one of our neighbors decided that they would like to come, but they want to bring their boat because their kids were learning how to water ski and they thought it would be great on the lake. They would teach us and they would teach the guests and they'd do it for anybody. They put their boat in the water and taught us how to water ski, basically. My brother and sister, who were older, were really excited about it because they could ski on one ski and, you know, do all kinds of things that I hope to do someday. So when the Butners left to go back to Long Island, my dad said, we got to do this. I think by the end of that summer, we had a boat and we started taking water skiers. My first goal was to learn how to swim in the lake, and I was only 2, so I had to wait a year or 2. I used to swim out to the dock. Once I did that, they said, well, you know, maybe you can try water skiing. Pretty much every afternoon we would be the last people to ski, and we would do a couple little tricks as we went past the shoreline. And that was just the 3 of us, you know. And as I got older and stronger, then I started doing more tricks with them, like the ankle hold and the toe hold and the neck hold, and then all these skier salutes and, you know, lifting the ski up and putting it behind you in front of you. And the guests, they'd clap for us and we'd come in off the shore and, you know, feel all proud of ourselves. My dad decided, you know what, with all the kids that live around the lake here, they learned how to water ski because their family had boats. So he said, you know, let's put together some kind of a show for Labor Day at the end of the summer. You know, if we have this show, we'll get a lot more guests to come and they'll be all excited about it. So we had a big pyramid, we had people that could ski on banana skis, they could spin around. One guy could do barefoot. Once we did that, my dad wanted it to be themed. So we had different themes every year. We had a Scottish theme and a New York, New York. It was a big deal at the time. I remember feeling nervous that there's so many people watching, you know. Every day after the guests were finished skiing, we'd get out there and practice with the target of having a great show for people. In the 80s, we had a lot more guests. Every afternoon, JK, my brother, and I would drive a boat. It's like the big activity for the afternoon. We decided at some point, I don't remember exactly when, but if guests could get up on 2 skis and go around the lake twice and come back to the dock without falling, they would get a ski card. And after 5 years, you get a gold card. And after 10 years, you get a big trophy. Everybody worked really hard because they wanted to get those trophies, they wanted to get those ski cards. In the summer, every Friday night is like award night. So we call up everybody's name. For the first-year skiers, everybody gets up and we shake their hand and give them a card. And then the 5-year skiers and the 10 get the trophies. And now, like a couple weeks ago, one of the ladies that was here as a child got a 45-year trophy, as tall as she was. She comes to Woodloch, she watches the weather, and it's like, I have to get my next, you know, year on water skiing. It means a lot to her, and I think it means a lot to a lot of the people. Get a lot of positive feedback from guests that were so hands-on, and we were checking in with them and making sure that they're having a nice time. And that started with my dad setting the example. He would work in the kitchen and then come down here and drive ski boats in the afternoon. He was always right there cheering people on, you know. He definitely kept the spirit of it. There's so many repeat guests, and I feel like, you know, we have relationships and friendships with them, and it's heartwarming to be able to do that.